Access YouTube channel commentator
Click
Mr.
join to
Xuan.
become a member.
To enjoy the privileges of membership, you will enjoy exclusive clips and gifts that never were from commentator Mr. Xuan. Nguyễn Xuan Son made the fans happy with an impressive performance at ASEAN Cup 2002 went with the Vietnamese team to the throne and himself. He also won a double individual award. But in just one fateful minute on the field, he collapsed with serious injury. This is not an injury from normally comes from prolonged overload. What makes this injury particularly dangerous, and whether the lipstick can pass to come back? The journey of recovery. The challenge has officially begun. Injury of the Brazilian golf striker. It's a typical CA, but also challenging in sports medicine. You've got a complex fracture of the torso bundled with large piece. This is a consequence of prolonged body overload, not from VA touch strong. CA surgery was performed in the golden time, 24 hours after the injury, with the insertion of a 38-foot-long endothelial to foot method. This requires high precision and solid expertise to optimize the ability of the minimize complications expected. Son's boning process lasts 6 to 12 weeks, but to actually get back on the grass, I need at least 6 to 9 months. Your case reminds people of Hung Dung 2000 to 2015. Names that have faced similar trauma. If the recovery process of Hung Dung, it took me 8 months to get back. It will take more than a year to get back to the top. So we need to be mentally prepared. In the worst case, for Son, the whole country was worried. When you have a serious injury in the final of the second leg, ASEAN Cup 2002 this is not a normal injury. It's a complicated seal fracture. The middle third of the torso or leg bones have large shards. The special thing is, this injury doesn't come from a direct VA phase. It's the result of prolonged overcrowding. It's a rare phenomenon, but it didn't happen. In sports medicine, from a professional perspective, this is clear evidence that the athletes can react negatively after a long time of intense competition. There is no recovery appropriate to the serious nature of this injury. This is evident in treatment decisions of the doctors at the Orthopedic Trauma Center and Sports Medicine VinMec. They chose a combination hernia surgery with a nail under the light-up screen. A technique that requires high precision to minimize soft tissue damage and optimize recovery time. CA surgery takes place within the first 24 hours. Golden time to ensure the best effect was a good success. But this is just the beginning of the recovery journey. Son's challenge. The rarity of this type of injury increases the level of interest from public opinion. Sports medicine experts explain that in some cases, like running marathons, athletes may experience a fracture just because it's beyond the body's tolerance, even without any physical impact. The same thing happened with Son in the final match of the tournament, when your body is full to the limit. A season of relentless competition club level and the national team. To better understand the severity, you can look at the numbers and the same case. In sports history, with an average bone consolidation time of 612 weeks, with the recovery period, chest strength and reflexes lasting 6 to 9 months, it takes 8 months to get back on the field. This is not an isolated case. After a serious leg fracture, and 2021 takes 8 months to recuperate and return to peak performance, greatly contribute to the SEA Games gold medal of the Vietnam team. But this is when the midfielder of the Hanoi club, in a rather favorable position for the recovery process. That's not the case with Luxo. At Manchester United in 2015, it's even more complicated when it took him over a year to recover from a broken leg. Another example is Sapabagate. When you were wearing an Arsenal shirt, he broke his leg against Barcelona in 2010, but overcame the trauma to continue the conquest. New heights in my career. Say that to see. Nguyễn Son's injury is not just a physical challenge. It also places high demands on medical strategy. The spirit of the player. In this context, the surgery was successful, and choosing the right treatment. It will open up opportunities for recovery and also confirm the capacity of Vietnamese sports medicine. Remember, surgery is just the beginning, because the road to recovery then really not. Dangerous complications such as infection or cavity compression syndrome is always a threat. With Nguyen Du, the biggest challenge is nutritional control and weight. He used to gain 105 pounds by reducing his exercise. This is a disturbing reality. Maintaining fitness plays an important role in recovery. A preference for caloric like your dishes, fried bananas or your pho. It's just an accident to overcome. In the control of diet. In addition to Xuan Son's journey of recovery requires intense concentration. With a schedule of 6 to 8 hours per day, exercises are distributed through several stages. From light exercise helps to strength enhancement exercises and reflexes. Xuan Son's story will require a lot of effort, as well as medical support to get through this phase. Successful surgery is just the beginning. On a long journey to bring Nguyen Xuan Son back to the real journey of recovery from severe injury. It's a much bigger challenge, especially with a professional athlete. One of the biggest risks after surgery are the complications, like an infection, embolism, or interval compression syndrome. These problems, it doesn't just affect your ability to recover. It's a direct threat to the overall health of your child. According to experts at the Trauma Center, Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Vinmec, every day they have to do it. Menger test and ultrasonic Doppler to make sure no unusual complications besides occur. Monitoring the SAO status, impact mechanical progress. It's also an essential part of this process. Maintaining stability at an early prerequisite to enter the stages of intensive recovery. Next challenge. It comes from weight control and size. Physical condition. Xuan Son's easy weight gain is a big obstacle, especially in the context that you've got to reduce your movement after surgery. According to shares from Nam Dinh Green Steel Management Brazilian strikers usually gain from 90 pounds to 105 pounds just because of reduced exercise intensity. So maybe Spring has to stay away from fried bananas. That I love so much. I know when I hear this one is easy to gain weight. It's not good for the recovery process. At least this is an impossibility. During the current recovery period, the weight gain puts a lot of pressure on the bones and joints. It's in the process of recovery. At the same time, affects strength and reflectivity. Back on the grass. To control this situation, 5 medical teams have a separate diet, calculated details of calories per day, especially indicators such as weight, thigh and muscle strength are monitored daily. Make sure your son is in the best condition. The maintenance of muscle strength during periods of reduced movement. Exercises that maintain muscle strength. It needs to be designed for each stage. It starts with gentle movements to avoid bone damage, then move on to lifting exercises high with increasing intensity. According to the plan, Son's recovery training time, it can be up to 6 to 8 hours a day. As you enter a period of intensification, it's a huge amount of work. It requires constant effort from the players, as well as close supervision from a team of 5 in addition to physical challenges. The spirit of Spring, it's also an important factor to consider. With a top-performing player getting away from the grass for a long time, it can cause a lot of psychological stress, worrying about losing form. Pressure from the club's expectations, teams and fans can be a burden, if not well managed. The 5 medical teams at Vinmec are well aware of this. We've developed a recovery plan, as well as emotional support for Xuan Son. This ensures that you maintain your optimism and determination throughout the journey. That's it. This is a dangerous journey. No less. Fighting on the grass of Nguyen Xuan Son, so I can get back to the top. It will also show us that Spring has the spirit, determination, and perseverance. I have overcome many difficulties in my career. Maybe it becomes a mirror, as well as inspiration for the next generation of Vietnamese players. Even though the challenge is huge, faith in the return of Nguyen Xuan Son, still full of surgical decisions at Vinmec, instead of going to international medical centers, showing confidence in sports medicine in the country. The experts claim that fracture injuries, if treated properly, not complicated, like a tendon injury. This opens up a huge opportunity. To the green steel striker Nam Dinh, back to 100%. Mirrors like Du Hong Dong, Luk Suhay Sef Fan Bagate. That's a great motivation for Nguyen Xuan Son. Especially the expected time. You can play back around 8 to 9 months. Coincides with many important tournaments. Open up the opportunity to reshine. What's important is Spring's perseverance and a comprehensive recovery plan from the medical team of 5. Journey back to Nguyen Xuan Son grass field. Not simple. It's just a personal challenge. It's got a bigger meaning. For Vietnamese football and sports medicine in the country, after serious injuries, the most important thing is not recovery. It's about faith and the ability to get back at the top level. This became the driving force for Spring. 5 medical teams and the fans are every step of my way. The biggest trust comes from the 5 medical teams at Vinmec. People who have done surgery in the golden times, 24 hours after the injury. Create the best conditions for the recovery process. The person directly in charge of Cho Xuan Son's I am confident that you will be back at 100%. It's possible if the bones are good and no complications. Here's the difference from the ligament injuries or matching, which depends a lot on luck. Advanced surgical methods combined with a full recovery mode help Paint Lipstick have a solid foundation to re-export the graft. In addition to the choice of treatment in Vietnam instead of Japan or Korea is the decision. Demonstrate confidence in the country's medical capabilities. This rule has received consent from the family, Vietnam football clubs, and at the same time, it's a turning water point. Sports medicine, success in treatment and recovery. For a professional player like Xuan, it's going to be a testament to the progress of sports medicine. It increases the confidence of athletes and the health system in the water later. Hope is also reinforced by specific milestones. In the road to recovery of Nguyen Xuan, estimated healing time is about 2 to 3 months. Then you'll enter the advanced training phase. To restore muscle strength, reflectance, and strength, the exercises are scientifically with increasing designed. Intensity 68 hours a day to make sure you're not just fit to compete, but also can withstand the pressure of level matches. Highest expected within 8 to 9 months. The fog can come back at the same level as the peak. I can't help but mention perseverance and determination. Is a professional player. You're facing a physical challenge, as well as overcoming mental stress from the fans' expectations. And it's the stories of the return of the other players. It's a great inspiration for you. Lux is so quiet. Overcome the heights after injury. Or Hero Dung shines to win the gold medal. Games BA are vivid examples of miracles. Next to it, time factor is also supporting Nguyen Xuan. If the recovery plan goes well, I'll be back on the grass right at the crucial time of the season when the club and the team need you the most. Again, there is a great motivation for Spring Xuan to try his stage of recovery by getting back in good shape. It has a personal meaning. He has been an important contributor to the success of the team. Nguyen Xuan's It's not just a player's story, recovering from trauma. It's a testament to his progress, learning sports Vietnam, the dedicated support of the club, and your own extraordinary will. If everything goes as planned, Vietnamese and international football, see an inspiring comeback. Xuan will be back on the field. Continue writing the dream and bring pride to Vietnamese football. It's ours. Access YouTube channel commentator Click Mr. Join Xuan to become a member. To enjoy the privileges, Pro membership, you will enjoy exclusive clips and unprecedented gifts from commentators Brother Xuan.